Hi.
Hello, folks. What is the deal, folks? What's going on, folks? Happy Friday.
Does everyone have their marijuana ready?
Got your weed. Got your weed. We're going to start in about 2 minutes, so grab your weed. You
Tracy's
to
in the
get
chat now.
Fucked up. If you're a parent listening to what your kid is doing, he's definitely on weed. All right? We'll do this ditty. Hello, Tracy, and then we'll begin. Is this going through Chemda's social media? Salacious. Salacious. You guys in on that trip? She's got eyes and she's got words and she's putting them both out there, right, folks?
I think everybody should be following me.
Right, folks? I hit like and then I wrote, I will not be trapped. That's my message.
Everyone's telling me how and in which way I'm trapping them.
Yeah, you're not trapping me. Traps are like tricks, and I see them both coming.
It's been fun.
You won't fool me. You won't fool me. I'm just going for those little likes, you know what I mean? Or as I call them, sperm.
Every like is a sperm to me.
12 sperms.
I need a lot of sperms to make a good baby. So,
oh, my Lord.
Go inject your semen.
Oh my, what?
You started this whole thing.
There's a difference, right, folks?
No,
Right in the chat. Tell me if I'm right or wrong.
I yes-anded you.
This little fucking horn dog. Yes-anding everybody's cake. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying, folks.
Xerxes is in the chat. I'm about to light the spliff that he rolled for us before.
Oh, thank you, Xerxes. Xerxes gives you grades on your different joints, right? Yeah, I see that online too, just to make it easy for the cops. Love it. Love what I'm seeing.
It's via text.
Not via text. I see the rolls online behind some goofy.
Well, the ones that I get good marks on, I post.
Okay. well, who? Well, so you're at his house, right? When it's like there's a trippy album cover behind it. That's his house.
That's his own account.
That's his account. You have nothing to do with that.
No.
You don't roll on there. That's his rolling.
Yeah.
All right.
You can tell when it's my roll when he rolled like at my place because it's on my tray.
Sometimes
you can see that on my.
I
account.
see. Sometimes it'll right hashtag corn dog. When it's on his, it's on top of either an app. Sometimes he just places it on the app, right?
No, it's art. He used to have Not Xerxes was his personal Instagram, and he put
called
albums.
Not Xerxes.
Yeah,
right.
And
hey, Capes, not me. No, nobody ever did a clever name change like that since P. Diddy got off of killing somebody.
And so that was just albums. Then he started pothead.nyc.
Okay.
And that's an Instagram account where he takes art that's actually on his wall because his walls are covered in art.
Right.
And he puts the spliff on top because he's rolling backwards.
Right. But he artistically puts it on top, right? You'll see like that painting with the giant elephants with the, with the legs being 2,000 feet long. He'll make one of the legs the joint. And I don't think that's an accident. There aren't accidents. You learn that as you get older. Everything's a move. They're all trying to trick us. So, I mean, let's not be silly. He's not trying to trick me, but he's making an artful move. And I appreciate it, and it's noticed. Only, what am I going to just look at the fucking album covers? No.
You know what I noticed? I light all the spliffs I cover with one hand.
Mm-hmm. Even when there's
no
wind
in here.
Mm-hmm.
I just go and do it.
Better safe than sorry.
It's weird. It's like you're naked, just one-handed lighting it. I'm like, wait, I'm not cool enough to do that yet.
When it's legal, then you can do that. You don't have to cover. But I was saying the other day how I got a weed card. Dumbest thing I ever did in my life.
Me too.
Yeah.
Hennessy convinced me that it was a good idea, but
Sounds like
it's cool. It's like you're like in the first wave.
Right.
You got on it. You're legal. You feel legal. You feel like even though it's not going to technically legally give you a pass, that the cops will be like, we don't want to mess with you.
Well, maybe if you drive a lot. I was talking to somebody the other day that drives a lot and his car always smells like weed. So I guess get a card for that and put on your windshield.
Right, yeah. CBDs won't do it for me. I got the special cancer.
But I walk around the streets. Ooh.
It's everywhere
It's
now,
everywhere.
right?
No one cares. Cops are smoking.
You can't actually get in trouble.
What?
Yeah,
You can't?
They can give you like some sort of, I don't know what the difference between a citation and a ticket is. They're both the same to me.
Well, either one aren't candy, are they? Can't get in trouble. All they can do is give you a ticket.
Is that trouble?
Yeah, that's trouble to me.
You're right. I'm looking at the chat here. Why was Tracy saying that I'm pregnant? How does she know?
She heard a lot of sperm talk, and so
I see.
she always says things in code, and so she assumes you did too. Oh, she's going to be on next week, right?
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Oh, Tracy, we're getting into Tracy's business. Enough him and Han when she's on the show. I don't need this anymore. I got to get down to the facts and straighten her out.
Do you want some marijuana, Keith?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Keith on marijuana is super fun.
We have a good time. I cover it when I smoke it.
You don't want anyone thinking things. Wow, right into the mic.
That's to get them high. I just got a cop listening on his headphones high.
Curtis says Chemda's trouble.
Chemda's trouble. You're
Can
not
you
lying.
imagine if I'm the trouble?
Yep.
I'm so badass.
Well, you're a character.
My smiley face tattoo.
You're not badass.
really
Well, a
bugs
tattoo's
people
a
out.
tattoo. Well, it's also a frown, isn't it? It's also a furrowed brow.
Oh no, I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also anxiety.
Actually, he still looks happy even upside down.
Is it a dude?
Oh no, I gendered him.
Yeah.
They look really happy.
Wait until your hand makes up its mind.
You know what? My hand made up its mind earlier today.
Oh, my God.
It's
She
a
can't help
dude.
it. She's disgusted with herself.
You know what? It's pretty fluid.
Oh, my Lord. Holy cow. Oh my God, she's making perfume bottles, if you know what I mean.
We're having fun. Oh my God. Would you try that?
With what? Sperm?
I don't know.
Women are wearing, it's an epidemic now. Women are wearing perfume, wearing their juices as perfume.
You know how you did
a lot of flies. They do that in Bangladesh a lot.
You know how you did, what was it? The ice cubes,
Uh-huh.
So.
We don't repeat that, but.
So Kyle should do the new version. I don't know what it's called. And
Cum cubes?
You did cum cubes.
Right.
As an experiment to
Yes.
see if
it could be noticed.
Yeah. And so I would want Kyle to experiment with Emily's idea to see if you'd notice.
Oh. Would I notice?
You don't know. I think she should do it. Should I talk to her?
She won't know she's on her period and she looks like an Indian from the sides.
Oh my goodness. That was reaching real high. Not just for the split.
All right, folks.
Okay, should we tell them what we're doing?
I'll
come back.
I'll come back. It'll take 2 minutes. I'll come back. I'll tell you what we're doing. We'll do a little My Name is Keith yelling style. Get the party started.
And meanwhile, we're going to monitor the chat on the YouTube page. So, talk along. We'll be reading it. Tell us if we look especially pretty today.
Both of us. All right. Count us down, Hemda.
In 3, 2, wow.
Rock doesn't have time to wait, Hemda. My name is Keith. Best show ever did. That's how we do it over here. Welcome, everybody, to My Name is Keith. I'm Keith Malley. I'm here with you. And people are liking, and I was a little nervous, these last My Name is Keiths, where we go over a stand-up album and give a little behind the scenes, a little how you been doing. Chemda's with me today.
I have to say, it's a pleasure being a guest on your show. It is an honor to see the My Name is Keith opening happen live in front of me.
It's a production.
It is. It's professional and wild and crazy at the same time.
Well, even when it was...
You really ride that line, Keith Malley.
My Name is Keith began because Chemda did What's My Name?
And Keith is spiteful.
And I'm clear what it is. And I said, you know what? Her show is good. People are liking it. It's saving lives without exaggeration. So I got a little jellies, right? So I said, I'll do a spin-off show. I'll make it the best spin-off ever, you know?
Favorite Keith Show jingle.
My name is Keith.
Over here, we keeps it real on the Keith Show because it's a better spinoff.
Thank you. Thank you, Adam. Whenever we started the show, I would get the guests drunk, and I'm drinking too, of course. It's a disease. And
That's how Keith says he's sorry.
by the way, I looked at all the guests that were on these old episodes, which I still love, even though I don't do it that style anymore. I am proud to say that easily, over half of those guests still walking around alive. Yes.
I bet half of them are sober now, and that's the only reason.
And I don't get my thank yous for that, but it's not about that, is it? It's about them, and good for them. All right?
Yeah, they go through a lot of waves. That's one of the low waves,
So the album we're going to go over today, we've done Drip Drip, commentary, of course.
That was fun.
On this series. We've done Good Clean Fun.
To see if we should send it to your parents.
We decided no.
We decided that you don't know how to not be a filthy person.
Right.
Yeah.
And so what that was, Good Clean Fun, that was album number 10. And I did some things that people especially liked from old albums, made like a best of. But to me, even though obviously it's normal, it's what comedians do, it almost felt like cheating. So I wanted to put a little extra thing on it where I made sure that I wasn't allowed to curse.
Like a challenge, something that makes it different. Why would you buy this one?
And a lot of letters, no exaggeration, came in saying, oh, I didn't get this one for the longest time because I didn't think it'd be as funny.
That's so funny.
But I heard it, and it's my favorite.
Meanwhile, on Spotify, you'll hit the best of any artist like an asshole.
Right.
You know?
But-
Here's your chance to hear the B-side for free. You're still not doing it. You're still skipping. I don't know this one. Skip.
Like, let's say Guns N' Roses said, we're coming out with an album, but we're not going to curse on it.
Don't
Would
use
you
them
go?
as an example.
You're over Guns N' Roses?
But your audience is different now.
What do you mean? We don't like Guns N' Roses?
We love Guns N' Roses. It is your birthday, right?
Okay, Jay-Z. Okay? Let's say Jay-Z says, I'm going to do an album without the N-word. And you went, no, I can't imagine how that could be good. And it's just funny.
I like that you think Jay-Z doesn't show your age.
Okay. Imagine Dragons. Let's say Imagine Dragons said, you know what? No dragons in this album. Well, they're still amazing musicians. You would just not hear it? And then later send them a letter going, hey, I'm an idiot. Anyway, after Good Clean Fun, I realized looking back, there's a lot of stuff that I still would consider a best of, but they can't be said without cursing or a certain tone. I really didn't believe that. It didn't do it justice. And so I decided to make God Made Me. And
In response to Jesus Christ himself.
right. And then I realized, okay, there's a lot of stuff that demands cursing or has an adult theme. So we made God Made Me Volume 2.
Yes.
That's the album we'll go over today.
Wait, but before we start that one, you're in the middle of writing the new one.
Yes.
This show happens to be in 2 weeks. So
The
you're
stand-up
almost
show,
done.
right.
So you're almost done writing.
Okay.
But, okay, so you have the title.
Yes. I have the title of the album, and it came from Kyle said it as we were talking. I was just making some joke about one of her kids, and she wrote back something that I said, thinking this might make a good title. And I said, you know what? I like it, and it's even better because you said it and not me.
Right.
The title to
It's
the...
controversial.
It could be. It could be.
You know why it's not controversial? Because you very much don't give a fuck. And I also think, like, it's not in a bad way. You see these albums as a timestamp. So when you say I love you to my wife and then you're divorced,
Right.
the next album is I got divorced.
Right.
And so it's not how can you say I love you forever? And then the next one's weird. And then like there's anything to be embarrassed about. It's like, would you like to know the Keith Melly timeline?
Yeah.
Here it is.
Oh, I so live in the now. I was watching Kyle do stand up, and she was making some kind of rhetorical question. Who here is divorced? She was saying. And I'm just watching, going, wonder who's going to clap. I didn't even think I was.
Right. I forget that too.
And then afterwards, I'm like, hey, if you're trying to play off me, sorry. I don't even think about it.
That's funny. I think, when people are like, who's single, I always want to clap or don't clap, not depending on what they're saying, depending on my mood. Like, I wanted to clap, so whatever you were going to say. Yeah. But I don't know. It's weird to participate in that because whatever you're clapping about, you take the risk that they're going to see you clap and go, oh, you're divorced. Let's talk about you. And it's like, but I don't want to.
Right.
Yeah. Should we call him too?
So here it is, the title of my next album will be. What do you think, by the way? Second place. It just hit me. Runner up.
Okay.
Daddy's Home.
Oh, I like that.
Okay. Here we are right now in first place.
Okay.
I'm Dating Your Mom. All right. Okay, done.
You know what? Yeah.
Done.
I really like the first one, but the second one did make me react more.
Okay. So we can make one of the track titles, Daddy's Home.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know. A lot of people would be nervous with that. You're just dating.
Like what, that I'm making it such a big deal. It is, like you say, it's a piece of time. And okay, I have albums saying, I love my ex. Then later talking about the engagement process that year. Yeah. I walk you through the whole thing. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So get it.
So now we have to think about your art that's going to go on the cover.
Okay.
So if anyone could think about that,
that'd be good. I did the title. That was hard enough.
I think it should be just her 3 kids on your cover.
Oh.
Just hanging out. No, her 3 kids giving you the finger.
No.
Or even the camera the finger.
What's wrong with you? First of all,
I'm dating your mom.
Let's definitely tell the kids you're going to be on the cover of a CD about you, an album.
They'll never hear it.
Okay.
So none of these are good?
No.
Okay.
How about we get their honest thoughts to the album as commentary? No. No, thank you. Let me know your ideas. Put them in the forums. Perhaps you're watching us live right now. Drop a line in that chat room, and we'll go over some. Maybe you've seen pictures of me as a clown doing a weird smile.
A weird smile?
So without the clown makeup, but that smile on the cover.
I see. Oh, like a creep. Like dead in the eyes and clown in the bottom.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
So we're thinking. We're still thinking.
With flowers in your hand. Right. And
a pecker.
Like what?
All right. Here we go. This album is God Made Me Volume 2. Ladies and gentlemen, Bonnie McFarlane.
This is his 12th annual comedy special. Does it every year on his birthday. He's 12 years old. Please welcome the Keith portion of Keith and the Girl, the fabulous Keith Malley.
Great intro.
Yeah.
That's always nerve-wracking, right?
Yeah, because I say to him also, I'm like, whatever you say to introduce me, it can be as short and long as you want it. That'll be on the album.
And you also say that even though this is a heavy Keith and the Girl audience, you want the intro to be very, anyone could hear it.
And also for them, I tell them that too. I'm like, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I remember Liam McEnany going out one year and being, oh, hello, Keith and the Girl nerds. I'm like, the opposite of what I just told you.
Yeah.
And surprise, it tanked.
Yeah, like respect the audience. Understand that they're going to go with you because you're funny, but there's no, I'm skating on this because they're here to be here. Right. So anyone who took it seriously, it was such a fun show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And anyone who didn't, still a fun show because you're still on goddamn stage.
Right. They won't stop. Who here likes to party?
That was a throwback. I wonder how many people catch that.
Who here likes the taste of alcohol? Yeah.
It's Callback.
That was to I think the very first album I ever did.
Yeah, but then that was an ode to Jenny Lane, who did an ode to.
That was a reference to Kiss and the terrible stage banter that Paul Stanley does. He goes, "Who here likes to party?" It's me talking about albums and referencing Guns N' Roses. Who likes the taste of alcohol? We do. We love alcohol.
Good Avenue. That's you. All right. 2 years ago, I did the album Good, Clean, Fun, where I took some of the stand-up from my first 10 years and switched it around and presented it cleanish.
You just said that.
And that's without cursing or the cursing accoutrements. And it was a lot of fun. And so the following year, we did something different. We took material from the first 10 years, but the more...
Always with the we.
Stuff you couldn't make clean at all in any way. That was fun. That was called God Made Me. And I realized even then that there's a lot more of that than stuff that can be made clean. And I said that would have to be done in 2 parts. Tonight is God Made Me, Volume 2.
I heard Andrea laugh.
Thank you. Now, another reason I have to do Volume 2 tonight is because I noticed that anytime a comic or a musician makes something called Volume 1,
it always has to be a
there's
judgment.
never a Volume 2, and they die a tragic death. I need to get rid of this curse.
I forgot about that one.
You know, the album we did last year, there was a lot of religious talk. And one thing we talked about, for example, was you can't be a good Christian and a good person by definition. It seems that was controversial.
I was just going
But
to say
I was saying
it's
if you just took, for example, gay rights, you cannot be pro-gay rights and say you study the tenets of Christianity. And I said, you know, it's in the New Testament, it's in the Old Testament, it's in all the Testaments, right?
Testify.
And people would send me letters saying, well, I follow Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ never said. Jesus Christ did, by the way. And I quote, "A man shall leave his father and mother, find a woman and marry her, and become one flesh." Now.
That means sex, right?
Yes.
Become one flesh.
And make one baby, yes.
Does the priest...
Become one flesh, make babies.
Does anyone giggle during class during that?
No, because everybody's sleeping.
I think Jesus just kept on going and going, and they didn't put it in the good book. Or the man could find another man. I mean, if he's not hurting anybody, I don't see the big deal. Or a man that thinks he's a woman, or vice versa. Or maybe a conjoined twin, and one head's the man, one head's the woman. Again, if nobody's getting hurt, what is the big deal? I'm another man who has the soul of a dog. What I'm saying is if no one's getting hurt, now you know what the boss said. A man should be with a woman, and that's the end of it.
Now, when you or any other comic do rants like that, I'm like, are you holding your... Is it like holding a note for a musician and it's like, whatever, I got this. Like, I know it.
Yeah.
I have the power in my voice. But for me, it's like, did you memorize all that? Do you always do it in the same order? Is that the order that it naturally comes to you? How long did it take you to memorize that? And you only do it out loud once.
Probably it came... It would have come to me in that cadence. That's what makes it easier to remember, of course.
Yeah, you always do everything in your voice. Like reading your book in your voice is fun.
Right.
And like all your opinions are in your voice.
Yeah.
It's never...
I don't know why it bothers me when people defend the Bible and the anti-gay comments in it. It's sinful. You stone people. And then people jump to, why? Not those parts. I go by what Jesus said. I'm like, I know someone told you that, A. B, you didn't bother looking it up. And C, I want you to know what Jesus said because you don't need the book at all. You don't need Jesus. Why do you take, oh, I don't believe in the Bible or the church or bullshit. I believe in Jesus. Well, where did Jesus come from? The bullshit church, the bullshit book, the bullshit classes. That it came from the same place. So chances are, maybe it's bullshit.
The fear is great and real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stop saying you're Christian. That's all.
You know what? You could start a religion, and if you're that charismatic, and if you find the right perfect desperation in a group of people, you can say that peeing your pants is enlightening. I mean, the kind of shit that we go like, no, you,
Right.
I don't know, not the bacon. The bacon you don't eat.
Right. Right. Anybody rolling their eyes, and I know you were, at Chemda's peeing your pants could be sacred. Think of the things they don't eat now.
Yeah, the collarbone.
Right.
The collarbone.
No shrimp. That's what you do for my religion. No shrimp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shrimp has changed. Do we want to revise anything?
Right.
No. Okay, let's keep cooking pork at 100%. No need to listen to any kind of new information.
Say you're you know? What's your name? Kurt, you're a Kurdian. Done. Who gives a fuck?
That was a risk.
That it's always a risk because it's like,
What if Chemda answers, but like a different version of that?
Well, or what if Kurt doesn't want to say his name?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Does it work with every name? Let me look at the chat. Oh my God, Curtis is right there. Birdie.
No, well, I'm not sure what you mean. But if somebody goes, no, Keith, you've taught me this in other albums. I don't participate.
Right.
You know, who knows?
I was brainwashed with this stuff too. My dad was a Catholic priest before he got married.
Filling people in.
And yeah. But I know, maybe I'll tell you how I got out of it, and then you can see if, this helps you out. I remember I was 18 years old, and I was getting my first blowjob, okay? And I remember, and I finished, not to brag.
You always called it finish.
And I remember as I came, my eyes fluttering, like real fast, like slot machines, like, like I was in the Matrix and I was downloading helicopter instructions. You know what I mean? Like,
there's Xerxes.
and I remember looking down and I go, it's all bullshit. And she's looking up at me. She's like, what? Oh, yeah. I'm like, it's all bullshit.
She's like, no, I
Poor girl,
swallowed it.
she's...
No, I swallowed it.
I'm like, it's all bullshit. And poor girl, she's confused, you know.
What a good girl.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching too much porn.
I see that.
I'm like, a man can't live inside a whale. Think about it. I still don't think anybody really believes this shit. Like, the people that go to church, they don't really think God got so mad at sinners, he was able to turn people into pillars of salt. Even the scientists, or people that try to look at it from a scientific point of view. Well, there could have been a lot of salt in the water, and the wind blew the salt onto people who were so cold they were like statues for a second. Shut the fuck up! You don't even believe that.
My dad was one of these guys, absolutely. It's like, well, there were a lot of locusts in the air that season. Oh, okay.
You know why? Because he thinks that's philosophy, and he loves the sound of his voice making pretend smart things.
Right. Well, he's like these flat earthers that we talked about, where instead of taking all the information and seeing where that ends up, you start with the end, and then you try to make information fit that. That's my dad in religion, thinking that he can have an open discussion and take things in. When, of course, he can't, because it could have been a big rain that year, so the world flooded.
That's the abuse cycle, actually, it sounds like. That you just described the abuse cycle. Like, you want your relationship to be this way. So this way with Jesus or this way with your spouse. And so whatever your spouse is doing, you're just like, well, he was having a hard day and blah, 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 and, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, this is a good person.
Right.
Yeah. That's Jesus.
You know it. But I get it. Like, why do these people go to church then? You know why? Because it's their turn to be the head muckety-muck in charge. Because they had to go through all the bullshit and all the guilt, and now the head of the church is about to die, and it's going to be their turn to stand there beside the priest and hand out God in a cracker. That's exciting. I know these towns. I was from one of them. If you weren't a good high school quarterback, this is the second best thing.
Whoa.
Open your mouth. I did that. You dropped it. No worries. But I know. It's a big fucking deal to them. And they don't believe in this stuff, but it's just, they were tortured. Now they have to torture somebody else. It's like, okay, take these brides, for instance. They get married. They have bridesmaids. And they make the bridesmaids wear the ugliest dresses, and they have to put their hair in this dopey bun. It's hideous. It's so bad. The bride
when you
knows
talk
it's going to...
about fashion.
Yeah, well,
it's so funny.
I know what's good. I know what's vomitous.
These dopey buns.
Dopey dumb buns.
I always remember you describing like a girl that you think is pretty, and she just kind of dresses like in jeans and t-shirt and whatever, and then you're going to a wedding together, and she shows up in like a gown. She's got crazy amount of makeup on.
Mm-hmm.
Her hair's in an updo with swirlies in the front or whatever.
Bride of Frankenstein.
And you're like, but you were pretty.
Yeah, that's not what. Who?
But you had a different face.
Right. You tricked me.
I don't.
This is what I asked out.
I don't think that's what your hair does.
Right. They didn't turn you away. It's a compliment. You went to get your hair done. They didn't just turn you away and go, nice. They're like, why are you fucking with us? Are we on candid camera? Do you want to take a tumor out that's not there? You look good, and now we have to go home early.
Her hair in this dopey bun. It's hideous.
Idiot.
It's so bad. The bride knows it's going to ruin all the pictures. She doesn't care. Right? Because she had to do it. So fuck them. That's what's it's an endless
This is a wedding
cycle.
from Keith's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's what happens.
I know I'm right.
Everyone gets mad at each other,
Yeah.
and they make them wear dopey buns.
Yeah, I had to do it. You have to do it.
So fuck them. That's what's it's an endless cycle. And you want to say to these brides or the people in the church that, you know what? If you don't really believe it, you can break the cycle. And then, well, I had to do it, so you have to do it. That's it.
It's kind of like circumcision.
I had to wear a dopey bun. You wear a dopey bun. Guilt. It's the same thing. Bridezilla, Godzilla, it's the same thing.
Oh, I just got that.
All right.
Oh, my God.
I don't believe you just got it. I don't believe that's true.
I probably re-got it just
Okay.
now.
Well, that's the point.
That was fun.
Me and my poor dad,
sweetheart.
he
Oh,
had...
okay.
Wow, Hamda.
I don't know. You like to guess, but then you surprise us, and that's what makes you good.
Being a priest, man, what a power trip. My dad had the power to forgive sin. He could forgive sin. He could perform last rites. That means
It's powerful.
if my dad happened to be in the room when you were on your last dying breath,
Oh, let's
he
hope.
could make sure 100% that your soul went to heaven. Next thing he knows, he has to figure out how to change a diarrhea-infested diaper. That's a trip. That's gotta... I mean, you look at this diaper, it's like, oh my God, what the came out of this? Oh, Jesus, what came out of this ass?
He keeps that up
Bless
for
this
you.
asshole never shits again. Expecto Patronum. I don't know. Adios mio. Magic water.
Magic water.
Yeah, my dad, I know he missed it. You have the power of a superhero, right? Getting rid of sin. To the point where he built his own church in his house at the bottom, a showing of him. That's like, I don't know, Superman wasn't allowed to be Superman anymore, but he put on the capes and flies around by himself in the room, just with his hands out like a kid. Zoom. Like too much kryptonite got to him, but he can't let it go. That's what it's like.
Yeah, but he also, now that I think about it,
I still turned water into wine. No one knows, but I know.
Right. Ugh, it's such, just admit you're an introvert, first of all.
Water into wine.
But it's like he didn't want to put the work into being that kind of powerful man, because you got to come up with, actual weekly, right? Like a whole sermon and everything. But he did it for you guys, like you guys were in church every day. So he would do sermons out of nowhere, which is why you were like, what? He was in church constantly. He's
I
like,
see. In just regular day to day.
Yeah, and
Right.
oh, now you're punished. It's like, for what? The Lord knows. For
Right.
what you have to be punished for.
Can you imagine, though, you can turn water into wine. You hang out with your friends. They know you're paying. And they order wine. It's like, God damn it!
Insulting.
I can put my finger in this stuff.
Yeah, we know. We've already had that.
Right, right. I wonder what it is. Is it?
God.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a little bitter.
Yeah, I'm going to need a Merlot.
Oops.
When we were young, we used to support.
Shut up. Who cares? Shut up.
Goodness.
When we were young, we used to support Chick-fil-A, and that, as a family, we'd go to Chick-fil-A and eat there. And we were young as kids, so we didn't know what that meant, that, you know, you're supporting a Christian organization, so, you know, you're not supporting, for one, gay rights, never mind all this other evil. And I didn't really, and you know what, even if we did know, what would we have done about it? You know, we wouldn't have known to hate gay people. We didn't know what was gay. You were a kid. Everything's fucking gay, right? So then not too long ago, Chick-fil-A comes out and they say, okay, everybody listen. We just found out we've been raising homophobic chickens. And in good conscience, we can no longer support, not that we ever did, gay rights. In fact, not only do we not support gay rights, we will actually put money from our company and give it to the government and have people vote on certain laws to ensure that gay people don't have the same rights as straight people. And obviously we're all disgusted, right? I'm disgusted. What a terrible fucking thing. Just a couple months ago, as a matter of fact, I'm in LA, and they have a Chick-fil-A there that's in the middle of Hollywood, and it's outdoors, and it's so beautiful. It's like we have the Ball in Times Square. They have this Chick-fil-A in LA. And it is like a beacon, like it calls to you. I was walking past, and I swear I could hear, like, try our totally straight chickens. Suck them down your throat. Our chickens are totally straight. Taste them, taste them.
That's so gross.
I figure, you know what? I am a reporter of sorts. So maybe I should try the chicken.
This is how podcasting gets to your head. This is when you're a
Mm-hmm.
reporter.
Oh, yeah.
And come back. Okay, I'm pissing some people off. Okay. Okay. All right, bear with me. Okay. Look at it this way. Remember when those Jennifer Lawrence pictures were leaked, right? And she's naked in all of them. And these reporters on TV, magazine, blogs, they say, don't look at these Jennifer Lawrence pictures. It's her private property. If you look at these, you're no worse than the thief. We looked at them, and here's what we saw. It's not even a big deal. She's naked there with her boobs out. Who hasn't seen boobs? Grow up. In one, she's laying on a couch, her bra's half on, half off. She's got these big fuck me eyes. Okay, we all have a couch, and we all have eyes. I'm sorry if you've never seen a bra before. That's what I was thinking. With Chick-fil-A. So I thought maybe, okay, I'll eat a Chick-fil-A. I'll come back, right?
Do you feel
And,
weird
get
hearing
on
this
my
now?
No, I knew what I was doing then.
Because we just read again.
No, right. And I haven't had a chicken sandwich since, truth to tell. But yeah.
Since you reported back.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Since everybody knows what it's like.
I thought maybe, okay, I'll eat a Chick-fil-A. I'll come back, right? And get on my pulpit and say, listen, guys, I've had this chicken. It's fucking fast food. It's not as good as you remember when you were a kid. Don't fucking worry about it. We're adults
fucking
now. This shit
worry
doesn't sit right in
about
your
it.
stomach.
Sorry.
It's terrible. So don't eat it. You're not going to be supporting evil. And you can also know, deep down, there's other fucking better sandwiches. So I'm in line at Chick-fil-A. I get to the front. I order the chicken sandwich they're famous for. And I got to tell you, it is so fucking good. This is the best goddamn chicken. It's like $4 or $5. It is so thick, but it's not dense. It's tender. I mean, this is when you say mouth-watering. That is so fucking delicious. Okay. Now, here's the thing. See, over on the East Coast, we don't have the phenomenon of gay bashing chickens. Over there, I don't know what they're doing that this is so juicy. Feeding them pages from the Bible, it is aces 10. It really fucking is. Okay, all right. Okay,
Look at that,
hold
you're
on, I
drooling.
left the part out. It's
It was delicious.
You're salivating.
Gorgeous.
very important before you judge. Now, it was a long line. The person right in front of me, in line, was gay. So if he doesn't give a fuck, you know, I know what you're thinking. Like, you didn't say two guys were gay. How do you know he's gay? He was in line the whole time. He got to the front and he ordered a salad. That's pretty fucking gay.
How to justify justice.
Just don't give me a hard time if you don't pick at your local church, your local synagogue. Because in Chick-fil-A's defense, they don't make this shit up. You know who makes it up? The place that you go to each week and give $20 and shake the guy's hand. Great speech about hating everybody.
Ooh, bringing it back.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go into Chick-fil-A. You can go into a church, but not a Chick-fil-A.
What do you mean?
That's what you're telling people.
Yeah, it's interesting. Of course, it might be easy or safe, or you won't feel like you're judged too much by your loved ones if you pick at a Chick-fil-A. But go to the source.
Go to Daddy Filet.
Right.
Yeah.
And there, get some bowls.
That's who you pick it. You know, not Chick-fil-A. Go to these synagogues where you have these rabbis who fucking circumcise a little boy. They keep forgetting their eyedropper. So they're like, how do I get rid of this blood? Oy vey, menashevitz me golem. Well, slurp. And they put this little straw in there. And then what do they do after? I really want to know. Do they wipe their sleeve? Or do they take, seriously, do they take like a little napkin?
He's
Next.
serious.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Yeah.
And you're judging me? I didn't even get French fries. And then the rabbi expects a money tip from the parents. This asshole's getting tips all over the place. Mouth, hands, another tip. Holy shit.
It's so
I don't know
uncomfortable.
Good, it should be.
I
Let's quit
know.
walking around like this shit isn't happening.
Ugh.
That's so weird.
It is so
Religion
weird.
is something supposedly you can't touch. Look at all this weird shit going on.
Yeah, where people have to go, did you hear that rabbis do this? And it's like, why didn't we all hear that?
Right.
And then
Yeah.
what?
Right. Listen to what they're doing down at the bodega. These owners are chopping off kids' penises and sucking out the blood.
Oh.
That's a long history they have of doing it. What's the problem?
Oh.
Yeah.
My fault. Look, I get why people go to church. It's to belong. Just come here for church. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm only here once a year. You save a lot of time.
L'chaim.
I mean, I don't promote homophobia. I don't promote slavery. I don't mind if you wear your cottons with your polyesters. If you're on your period, you can sit where you want. You don't have to be in the back row. Is communion hanging you up? Pork sliders, pork pulled sliders. What do you think of that? A little side of nice shrimp salad. There's your fucking communion. And then nobody gets dragged behind a pickup truck in my name. What do you think?
I really, oh man. I would like to start a religion
Okay.
where shit is good like that.
Where you get good food and normal talk. And
Yeah. And then also, weed is part of the religion because
Of
then
course
they
it
could
is.
never get us for smoking weed
Right.
because it's part of the religion.
Yeah, if only there's a way you guys couldn't smoke it everywhere all the time.
Seems fair to me. If you stop going to church, you save an hour or two every week. You keep complaining about not having enough time for stuff. And then during that hour and two, you can actually go out there and actually do something for somebody. Instead of praying, somebody does something for somebody. Or with that extra hour or two, you can watch more football. Who gives a fuck? You're your own God.
This is good. God did make you.
Thank you.
I mean, it's not like you could go to church and really ask the priest the questions you want answered anyway. You know what I mean? Picture, you go to, Father, great sermon about that God sent down his only begotten son.
By the way, for this being a best of sorts, this is all new. I couldn't help myself.
Oh yeah, you really did. That's right. Weirdo.
Free of us of sin. I wanted to talk to you about that. I get that God sent down Jesus, and Jesus was 100% man, and yet at the same time 100% God. Sure, okay, no problem. And Jesus is God also. There's actually 3 gods in the God. And no, I got it. You explained that one. Good. What I was curious about is when God sent down Jesus, what kind of ding-dong did he give him? Excuse me, my son? My son. I'm 41, my son. Excuse me?
Now we know what age.
I'm just wondering, when Jesus came down, what kind of prick did he give himself? What? You're not interested? If you're an apostle and Jesus is with you in the showers, his loincloth is over here, he's right there, you're not going to be like, oh, what kind of dick did the Lord our God give himself? You know?
The whores
Oh,
knew.
surprised.
The what?
The whores knew. The whores that he hung out with, they knew.
Oh my goodness. Chemda.
Right? It's Bible shit.
Chemda.
That's-
Oh my
I
God.
didn't write it.
The horse he hung out with.
God told me.
You know what? Chemda makes you defend the church, doesn't she? That's how disgusting she is.
Like, oh, what kind of dick did the Lord our God give himself? You know? Oh, surprise, the biggest. You know what I mean? I would wonder, did he give himself like the biggest dick in the land? Did he give himself like an average, everyday dick? Or, you know, this fucking martyr, I'm so humble, I bet he gave himself this little tiny button prick. Just this little button, head of a mushroom only.
You're so mad
You know
at
what
his
I mean?
dick.
Well, I know why he did it.
He's trying to trick you.
Yes. You can make any size dick and you make a little button prick. Yeah, I think it's a trick.
Oh, I'm the best. Look what I'm stuck with. That's why Satan in the desert couldn't get him to fuck whores and stuff. Remember the tempting in the desert?
Oh,
40
sorry.
days, 40 nights. Satan's like, welcome to Vegas. All the women you could fuck. And it's like, not interested. And Satan's like, everyone's interested. They're whores. Mouth, asshole, anything you want. And they're devil angel whores, so they evaporate when you're done. Ooh. I'm not interested. How can you not be interested in Vegas whores, Jesus? And Jesus lifts up his loincloth. And Satan's like, oh, you damn it. You gave yourself a button dick! Ah!
I see how I was wrong.
He would never do that.
No.
What can I do?
I was so sexist.
You guys
there.
know the...
They're whores.
that
Fuck them,
plaque?
right?
Is it a poem, Footprints? And the guy says, Lord, there were 2 sets of footprints throughout my life. We were pals, that's nice. But then during the hardest parts of my life, there was only 1 set of footprints. You weren't there for me. And Jesus looks at him and says, hey, asshole. For that is when I carried you. Also, that wasn't a snake in the picture. That was a trail from my big fucking dick hog. Oh, Jesus. I'm humiliated.
Well, the Passion of the Christ.
We just celebrated Easter. I get why you go to church. Maybe it's for that Easter play. That's a fucking hoot and a half. Right? Oh.
You ever do that stupidity?
What?
You ever been in a church during the Easter play?
No, you taught me about the Easter play. I didn't know that this was a thing. Is it in every church?
Yes. This is all real. Every Christian church, yeah. This is all real.
So this happens.
Yes.
Every year for everyone.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, in all fairness, we do the same thing. You know, we tell, like, you know, on our Halloween,
Right.
it's Purim. It's called Purim. And so you see everyone dressed up. We're actually supposed to be dressed up from the characters only from the story, not Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
So you're supposed to see like a king and a queen and like a jester. But instead, you know, you see Power Rangers and shit.
Yeah, this stupid, it's, you know, it's like the greatest hit. Everybody loves this Bible story.
when
But
you
they
say
don't
everybody loves.
They love to, the people that go to church, they love to participate. Like, I'm in a play, even though I'm in my seat.
Yikes.
Yeah.
He loves that one. Holy shit. The priest is Jesus, right? Takes an egomaniac to play one. He gets on the microphone and he goes, guys, I'm just trying to promote peace. And then he whispers into the microphone, now yell at me and tell me to fuck off. Fuck you! Crucify him! Crucify! And then the priest goes on, right? Whoa, what did I do? He's going for an Academy Award. Guys, what? Got fucking Meryl Streep making all of us the fool.
Keith,
Fuck you.
am I allowed to go to church just to see this play somewhere?
Yes.
I know, now that I'm starting to hear this again, I can hear in your voice something about some guy named Barabbas is coming up, which is very exciting.
You can see the play and then leave.
Okay. I'm happy to light myself on fire like as soon as I leave, just for like a second.
In fact, I would have people saying, Keith, I know you don't want me to go to church, but now Kenda's allowed to see a play. Yes, in fact, I prefer you actually go to church and leave within 10 minutes and everybody sees you walk out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, wait. I was just, it's the same.
No,
Goodbye.
Barabbas.
Fuck all these priests. Will you forgive me? Please. I fought bad things about my pale ones. Will you forgive me? Please do it. I'll tell you what. Eat 5 bananas, say 10 Hail Marys, you're forgiven. Thank you so much. Thank you. Should I kiss something to make it legit? No, we're good. Okay, thank you. Fucking assholes. What's he got to do, not forgive you? He's holding an altar boy behind that partition like a fucking bowling ball. And don't ask where the thumb is.
I remember this was very exciting to me. I love hearing the Keith Malley Bible stories because you're retelling. You're like, you're at the, what is it called, the pulpit?
I don't know how it's pronounced. I don't think it's the way I said it. But you're on church stage.
You're on church stage through this whole track. And you're telling the church story. I would love the Bible by Keith Malley.
Well, I'm busy for the next 2 weeks writing something else.
You don't want to know. Oh, my God. Did he forgive you? Did the priest forgive you? He did. He forgave. Did he forgive you? He did forgive me. He always forgives. He's very good. He always forgives. They'll kick him out of town. He doesn't fucking forgive. Of course he forgives. Head would go right through the stained glass window. You don't forgive. I think we got the priest that doesn't forgive. I'm kidding. He forgives. This one forgives too. Oh, that's great. Hey, you just got Neil in front of him like a weirdo. Yeah, he forgives it all. Well, he better not be judging. Oh, look, there's Father O'Hanrahan with walking around with another boy beside him.
Ew.
That's weird. Yeah, I think he's just eccentric. I mean, I stole a stapler from work today, so who am I to judge?
I'm going to throw up.
That's my goal.
Who am I to say anything? You know what these priests are? They're like the musicians on the Titanic that kept playing when the ship went down because it's all about them. You know what I mean? Hey guys, we're all dying. Get on a fucking life raft. Nah, I'm needed here.
What did you make them play?
This Dublin boat decided to play I Wish I Was from the Land of Cotton.
Isn't that the horn on Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah.
Well, seriously, you can help some of these kids that are dying. Everyone's dying around us. No, I'm sorry. I'm needed here, and one day they're going to make a movie about us.
They loved America, too.
Fucking asshole. So anyway, you have this play that us Christians have, and it's based on the documentary by Mel Gibson, The Passion of the Christ, if you've seen it. And in it, before we crucified Jesus, by the way, everybody got mad at that Passion of the Christ, right? They're like, Mel Gibson said the Jews killed Jesus. Did you read the book? You did. It's in there. Crucify him, crucify him. Oh, you couldn't stop. So before the crucifixion, they're going to take him and put him in jail. But there's not enough room in the jail, right? Same problem.
What?
We have a problem now, and we had the problem then. Same problem. You can look that one up. Moving on.
So they're going to put Jesus in jail, which is proof that he was black.
This is a really good album.
Thank you.
Oh, me. So they're going to put Jesus in jail. And the deacon, during this play, is Pontius Pilate, and he says, guys, there's not enough room for Jesus. We'd have to let somebody out. And I think people seem worse than Jesus. And they go, the whole mob's there, you know? Fuck you! Then bring us Barabbas. Take Jesus. Thank you. The end. The deacon's
They were
like,
very clear.
Mm-hmm.
Very clear.
well, I'll tell you what we want. No Jesus. Yes, Barabbas. Thank you.
Who the fuck is Barabbas?
Oh, well, you'll find out. That's what this Pontius Pilate has to remind the people. These fucking Jews.
As Pontius Pilate, not the deacon. Don't get so angry. Everybody's trying to get a Tony out here today. I don't just.
Honest to God, the people, my parents included, they got so into it. Crucify him! Crucify! Like they were going for an award.
No.
They know they're on Jesus' side. When the play ends, they all cry. But during it,
Days ago, you were putting palms on the ground so that Jesus didn't get his toesies mudsies. And now you want to bring out Barabbas, who, by the way,
Side note.
is a murderer and rapist and the worst thing this town has ever seen. Mary, you remember what Barabbas did in your house, don't you? Joe, didn't you remember Barabbas? Never again, you said, didn't you? Fuck off! Cocksucker! Bring us Barabbas! Guys, you know. Again, I'm Pontius Pilate, not the deacon. We can put Jesus in the cell and then make Barabbas sleep in the hallway on the floor. We can find a way. Fuck you, you cocksucker! That is too cruel for anybody. I was like, okay. Okay, guys, first. I'm not here to start trouble. But if you could just tell me what Jesus did so wrong, other than promoting peace, I will put Jesus in jail and bring out Barabbas. The whole crowd, they're like looking at each other like, oh, that's a good question. We were just riled up. And then somebody says, mic check. I got this one.
Who's this
I
guy?
once saw Jesus. I once saw Jesus.
Oh boy.
Reusing the water on someone's feet. Reusing the water on someone's feet. Fuck you! Bring us Barabbas! And so they do. They bring up Barabbas.
And so they do.
And then in church, we shake each other's hand. Peace be with you. Peace be with you. Oh my God, you are crazy. We were all bring us Barabbas. That was Jesus. We have a lot of thinking to do. Oh my God. I think I'm going to put a day's pay in that basket when it comes around. That was pretty horrible of me. Oh my goodness. You know what I do? I go to church on Easter. I go into different churches, and they do this passion play. And I try to stop them. And I go, hey, look at the statues. Look at the windows. Does any of it ring a bell? Let Jesus go! Let Jesus go! Are you fucking serious, people? Let Jesus go! Fuck that. Do it right.
You know.
God.
Oh, sorry.
What's
my
coming
God.
out? The Passion Play's coming up this year, 2019.
It's such a good story. Oh my God. Okay. I feel like I just was at church and that was magical. We have a version of that. Again, Purim, same one where they dress up in costumes. What they're supposed to do is dress up again in the costumes that the story has. So it's a princess, or not a princess, a queen, you know, one of these things.
Okay.
King, and the jester, and the guy's name is Haman, which is why we eat Hamantash, and it's his ear, because he's the bad guy. So every time you hear Haman's name, you start making noise because we don't want to hear his name.
Oh no,
That's terrible.
Like Volda.
Right.
Yeah.
And so they retell the story, and everyone's like, "Bah, we don't want to hear his name." So that's why you have those.
The fuck?
That's why you have those noisemakers
Wow.
as part of the holiday.
Well, that's something.
Yeah.
Everybody's a baby. You got your rattles? All right.
You got the bad man's ears in your face.
It is funny what they do make into plays and what they don't. Like in the synagogues, they don't talk about the very first kid dick sucking, right? Where in the audience, you got to go, suck his prick! Suck that blood! They're like, no, that'll be too much.
No, but there is the Abraham story where he walks him up the mountain because he's going to kill the kid, you know, because God wants him to do. So it's like, cut that kid! Cut that kid!
Like, no, let's just save it for Easter.
God, by the way, I'm not joking. This is the first time that we've ever did live streaming with my stand-up.
Oh,
I really think my parents are watching. I'm not joking.
Tell him to bring out Barabbas.
Oh, there's another one. Well, my dad did tell me, I asked him once, I said, do you think God has a good sense of humor? And he said, absolutely, son. I'm sure God has a great, magnificent sense of humor. Because you know all those hilarious jokes in the Bible. What's that funny prank? You remember that one funny prank where he killed all the firstborns? Because what did they do? What did they even do? Who knows? You know, he's got to have a good sense of humor. God made our brains, right? We didn't make our own brains. God did this. And he made brains that would make us think of the idea of titty fucking. That's a funny guy, right? Because we didn't think of it ourselves. He made it, and if you're thinking like, oh no, Satan makes you think of that. He made Satan to make us think of that. They weren't twins. He made Satan, and Satan has us thinking about titty fucking. Don't fucking turn it on me. He did this.
He's tricking you.
He made our brains go, what if I put the cantaloupe in the microwave? He did that. Like his first carpenter job was probably like, yeah, okay, maybe a shopping list holder. But I bet within the first month he's making plans for a sex swing. Where was he those missing years? I have a clue. You ever try to get a woman to titty fuck? It's a little weird sometimes. She's like, hey, I was thinking tonight we titty fuck. And they're like, huh, that's weird. What is it? What? What? And you go, okay. What happens is, basically it's in the title. I'm going to fuck your titties. Okay. I'm going to put lubrication on my penis. I'm going to put it between your titties, a la a hot dog, and your titties are the bun. Then I will move my penis back and forth, and then faster and faster, per usual as I do inside your body. And I will keep doing that until I ejaculate.
Okay.
And it's like a hand job, but it's better because it's your titties.
Okay, this is already a very awkward act that I have found myself in the middle of, and somehow you made it sound even more cringeworthy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nah, I don't. That's weird. That seems humiliating. That's weird. And I'm always like, that's weird. A part of my body was just inside your body.
This is how you convince them.
How does it even get weirder than that?
It's already angelic.
The place that I piss out waste goes into the hole that babies come from, and we squish it all around until we scream the Lord's name. That seems weird to me. I put my penis in the hole in your face that you used to call your mom and wish her happy Easter.
I'm going to add another year to my celibacy.
But the titty thing's humiliating. Okay.
Now, if you're listening, do I send this album to my parents?
How do you make this TV friendly?
Right.
Then you gotta. What are you gonna do? Not do these sex acts that you think of? You do them all. I don't mean sex acts like your friends tell you that. The bullshit ones.
Oh shit! Here it comes.
Hey Keith, you ever do the Cleveland Steamer? No. What is it? It's the Cleveland Steamer. Okay. Here's what you do. You're with your chick. Okay. You lay her on the floor on her back. You take a clear table. Okay. You put the table on top of her. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't have a clear table. Well, get one. It's
worth it.
So you put the table on top of her. You put your back to her. And then you take a big steamer and shit on the table. It's awesome. And I go, you've done that? Mm-hmm. No, but a friend said, and it's awesome. Okay, I don't know. Hey, Keith. Did you ever do the dirty Sanchez? Ugh. What's that? Okay, here's what you do. No. You're fucking a chick, right? You take your finger as you're fucking her, and you stick it up her asshole. Wait, it gets better. Then you take your finger out, and you have her shit all over your finger. Pretty good, right? Wait. Then
do people forget how good sex
your finger.
Well, I don't think any of this ever happened, so it doesn't matter.
Right,
Right.
Wait. Then you take your finger and you wipe it under her nose like a shit stash. Right there. Dirty Sanchez, baby. It's the best. I'm like, you've done that. Huh? Have you done it? No, but my friend said, and it's awesome. Hey, Keith. Have you ever done the Bloody Mary candy cane? What? You know what? Yes. Just this morning I did it. Not like this, bro. Here's what you do. You're getting a blowjob from a chick, right? Sounds pretty good. It gets better. You're getting a blowjob right when you're about to come. You punch her in the face. Then you mix the cum and the blood and the red and the white, and you scream at her, Bloody Mary candy cane! Bloody Mary candy! It's awesome! It's awesome. Huh?
Losing your voice?
Hey, Keith, you ever do the dirty divorce? Here's what you do. You come home, your chick's sleeping, right? Okay. You stick it right in her asshole. Hold on, it gets better. Then you whisper in her ear, I'm really thinking about fucking your sister. Hold on, because there's gonna be fucking. Believe me, bro, it's the best. It's the best. All right, I see some of you are old school. I got a new one for you. You guys ever do the flaming dragon? Here's what you do. You go home, your chick's sleeping, right? Apparently, bitch loves to sleep. You take green construction paper, you cut out 23 triangles. You put it on her back, tape, paste, your preference. Okay? Her mouth's probably open, you fill it up with gasoline. Then you take your dick and you shove it in her asshole. But wait, it gets better. At the same time, you light her mouth on fire. Flaming dragon, baby! You can picture it! You can picture it! All right. Oh, we got some fucking dragon riders. Okay. All right. You ever do the dirty gentleman? Here's what you do. You get a job at a Fortune 500 company, okay? You start in the mailroom. Where else you gonna start? You know, you don't have experience. You've been too busy fucking all these ladies all day and night. So you work your way up, 40, 50 years, you become the CEO. You retire. They give you the congratulatory gold watch, right? You take that, you come home. Your chick's sleeping, right?
She loves to sleep.
Hey, guys, hey, kid, you ever do the, I heard this one, the fallen soldier. Okay. First, you find a dead ISIS member. Hold on, it gets better. Yeah, what? Yeah, I was in the army. I get, That's true. I mean, I think other people know about ISIS too, but I won't. People get surprised when I tell them I was in the military, to the point that it's really starting to get offensive.
It should.
I mean, I don't know if you understand. Keith, really, you behaved in the military? They tell you that other people are trying to shoot bullets into your face. I'm probably going to pay attention, you know? There's not a lot of time for antics. People also seem surprised whenever they learn that my father-in-law and my mother-in-law like me. They always shake their head like, they like you, Keith. What do you think I'm doing? A dirty stand-up act every Christmas? Hey, guys, you ever hear about the Dirty Sanchez? Father-in-law, here's what you do.
My
It's
mother
not hard.
thought that you were so mild-mannered and, like, too prissy. Like you were so nice that it was like, ugh.
No way to win.
Dinner. Whenever dinner's done, you pick up the dishes, you take them to the kitchen. The mother-in-law's going to try to stop you. No, I'll do it. You don't let her. You go, no, thank you, I got it. She'll try again. No, please, I really like doing it. You don't go, well, I did my best. You go, well, I like doing it even more. And you take them to the kitchen. You're not going to wash them anyway. It's a trick. What do people think I'm doing? Playing cymbals on the dishes with my dick? What's wrong, mom-in-law? Not your tempo? No, you just take the dishes. What did the exes do? Jerk off all over the house? What the fuck? What do you think I did?
I was good with parents, right?
Yeah.
Your parents loved me.
It's not, I don't want to take it away from you. It's not hard to be good with parents.
Right?
Yeah.
You just behave.
Just behave.
It's like 2-3 days.
I guess everybody, like, they have to get out an opinion. Like,
It's-
I don't like old movies. I don't. Just shut up.
You're going to change their mind
Right.
about all Jews.
Right.
Daughter to her room. I'm going to scramble her eggs. I don't come down and ask to scramble eggs for the family. Just be polite. That's my point. We get, with Keith and the girl, so much hate mail. And it shocks me all the time. And I got a new one today. And this person was mad because I said, I don't know if transgender women should be allowed to fight women born in a women's body. It's shocking. It's shocking, I know. Very controversial. But the person wrote, and I'm going to paraphrase, but I promise I'm not exaggerating. Hey, shithead. Now, keep in mind, everything's spelled wrong. You piece of shit. You're a fucking mouth breather. You don't know what you're talking about. If I find you, I'm going to punch you in the face, and we'll see how tough you are. Right. Now, first of all, let's tackle being a mouth breather.
This is one of my favorites of all time.
I don't know when this became an insult. I breathe through my mouth. I get more air than all of you.
It's so funny.
Mother Nature gave you a hole in your fucking head. Use it. You never hear my booger whistles. I'm a treat to be around. My lungs don't go, is that from the mouth? Never ran out of breath once. Then you have grammar Nazi. Whenever I rate these people back and I go, everything's spelled wrong, I honestly do. I try. I'll get these letters. They're like 2-3 pages sometimes. No exaggeration if you printed them out. Everything's spelled wrong, and I'm trying hard to understand what they're saying because there's no periods. But I get the gist, and they want me dead. But I'm like working hard. Like, how do they want me dead? You know what I mean? With a hammer? And so I'll write back like, I don't know what you're talking about, English professor. And inevitably, they write back, grammar Nazi, fuck you.
Your life
When
is
did-
hard.
I took the time to learn the language. The number one way we communicate with each other. I learned how to use a semicolon, and now I can be compared to Adolf Hitler.
You know what the best is? Your accent talking about grammar. I learned the language.
That's a little reference, little shout out to cavemen.
I know what the semicolon is.
So if I can do it, you know? Christian Finnegan was just picking on the way I talk, saying it's the dumbest voice he ever heard on Keith and the Girl. That's even more praise Keith and the Girl is working out. I was born with a deficiency, a mouth disease. And ta-da, here we are. I know. Did you notice that, Christian? You can even move your mouth to form words correctly. Right. Look around. Got flags on the wall. I got the Stanley Cup with our T-shirt on it. I got, we're going on album number 16. Huh? And I can't even talk. I can't even talk. And I'm looking at all these videos we made. We go on tours.
To talk.
I can't talk.
With that fucking mouth.
Listen to this. I can't talk, and I'm in the Hall of Fame for talking. Take that in, Christian, you piece of shit.
If I'm talking to you, and I go,
And
hey,
I
you know what I
can't.
learned about water? Water, the chemical compound is HO2. And you looked at me and you said, no, Kate, it's H2O.
Oh, shit.
But I go, whoa, we got ourselves a chemistry Nazi over here. It's just water. I'll drink it when I want to fucking drink it. I'm sorry I even brought it up.
Him to go, what's grammar matter? People get the gist. Okay, then I get the gist with water.
It's true. I did understand what you said.
Right.
Yeah.
And you had to correct me.
What are those things?
Yeah, but in that scenario, I'm a dickhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you really did do it.
I know. I'm a dickhead.
In school, of course. Like when you have two numbers and with the line in between them, like half, quarter, fraction, right, fraction. Looks like we got ourselves a math Nazi on this side of the room, folks. Watch yourself. Happier, more comfortable? Holy fuck.
I start goose stepping.
Wow. I mean, this guy's not going to punch me. And I've been threatened to get punched before, and it's not going to happen. Because obviously, in the end, these guys are nothing but peace Nazis. Yeah, oh, it's the superior way. Yeah.
I'm a peace Nazi.
The final solution, we must have peace. I demand it. I demand it.
With your bald head. Oh, my goodness.
Fucking weirdos all over. You know about the Starbucks campaign?
Do you know about that one?
Hashtag race together. You can go, I'll fill you in. You go to a Starbucks. Okay.
Starbucks is my trigger.
The white.
Starbucks is a trigger because you have to defend it.
No, I just have to drink it.
Box.
Now I want it.
Okay.
Oh.
The white CEO, that's important, I think, of Starbucks took out ads in newspapers, all black page, just white letters in the middle. And what this brainiac did is he took the slogan for the civil rights movement for black people, which was, "We shall overcome," and made it a question. And he wrote in the paper, "Shall we overcome?" I think that's good to print. I mean, I don't drink coffee. I'm a beer drinker, but what the fuck? So he sends that out and says, and I'm sure everybody reads it and is like, excuse me, asshole? And he says, you know what? You can come to a Starbucks now, and you can talk to any barista. Barista, by the way, even though if you call a large cup of coffee a large, they will act like they don't know what you're talking about. You may now come to them and bring up any discussion you want about race, and they will talk with you. They spell my name Keat on the cup with a Q. Now, unless all this time they were trying to make all our names African so that we would start a race discussion, they're idiots. My name's Shelly with a K? Sure. Oh, my God.
I now use my real name in Starbucks.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
How's it come back?
Not
Hasn't
always.
picked up a coffee yet.
I would like to see somebody do these actual discussions. Somebody to walk up and go, yeah, hi, I so appreciate that I can, as a white person, I can ask any question or say anything I want. This is exciting. I saw the movie Selma. Whew, that sure was overwrought. I get it. It's a bridge. Go around. Anyways, I'll take a skim macchiato extra spit. Thank you.
Those are good.
Yes, I have a question. I know I'm white. My black friends like to call me their nigger. Is it okay if why's my head hurt so much? It's bashed open now. What kind of place are you running? What do you think's gonna? You want to make a difference. You want to make a difference. Here's what you do. You don't do hashtag race together, which is what you do hashtag reparations, and you give every black person a free $7 coffee. That's all they want. They don't want 40 acres and a mule. Everybody's a farmer now. What the fuck are you gonna do with a mule? You know what I mean? You ever see Let's Make a Deal? That's the booby prize. I'll take door number 2. Womp womp, you lose. It's a mule.
This track is now controversial.
Oh, this is what they want.
I mean, I guess it always was.
Thank you.
Yes.
Listen, hey, thank you, employees, for gathering here for a late night meeting at Starbucks. I know that we trust you so little that we make you initial all the steps to cleaning the cappuccino machine as you go through it at the end of the night. But
There's
now
a line
we're
in
gonna
the cup where to stop putting coffee.
You'd have a race discussion with a total stranger who may or may not be waiting for you at the end of your shift. We trust you so little that we put a line on the cup to tell you when to stop pouring the water, because it will
What a great idea, Kenta.
Sorry.
spill outside the cup.
I get excited.
But
You're in my head, man.
we trust you so much. I don't want to carry around a cup of coffee that says I'm ready to talk about race. Not in New York. Remember when Coney was a big deal? I was one of these guys that put these posters up. 2 in the morning, I'm putting up Coney posters, right? And I was pretty fucking good at it. Nice and level, making a difference, And I get to the end of my posters, and I go to walk back to my apartment, and quite frankly, admire my handiwork. People are tearing the posters down, screaming, the government doesn't tell everybody all sides of the story. This is bullshit. The side of the story, I'm against fucking a man being brainwashed to beat his mom. I'm against child soldiers. What the fuck is Coney's side? And they're just ripping this off, but I don't want to fucking sit them down and have a conversation. I'm like, yeah, it's terrible, fucking government. I don't know where I got this roll of tape. I'm going to throw it in the garbage. That'll fuck them. We're the best. Oh, God, what a waste of time. Now I'm going to talk about race. The thing is, though, they did cancel the program in their defense. And if you're upset about that because you had some race ideas, you can still go to Dunkin' Donuts and ask them questions about Jews. You don't have to, just if you want to. And you can go to the Chipotle and ask them about your Asian fetish, if you have any questions with that. Yeah, they don't mind. Fucking weirdos
They
everywhere.
want to.
This, by the way, is my 12th stand-up special. Thanks to you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Get your shit together. Get 16.
Well, thank you very much. I remember where I first really learned to do this. It was it's so many years ago. That's the math I know. So many years ago. I just said 12. I don't want to come off as a Nazi. Yeah. But some time ago, who can tell? I don't have my phone calculator on me. But some time ago, I did stand up in a place called Surf Reality.
Yeah.
It was like an art house. It was a freak show.
Historic.
And they did everything. I mean, everything you can think of on stage.
Including the butt.
Some things that shouldn't be allowed. And I figured, because the audience was so jaded because they saw it and everything, I figured, you know what, I'm going to try to do stand-up there. They're not going to clap if they don't like it. They're not going to laugh if they don't like it.
They really won't.
And that's a real trial by fire that I think I'd enjoy. So I would do stand-up. I remember the first time I did stand-up. Then I went to the back of the room. I'm there with my beer and my buddies, and we're judging everybody, how you do. And right after me, this woman goes on stage, takes off all her clothes, I'm new to New York. This is the culture capital of the world, apparently. I do like art. Shame on me. Nobody taught me about this. Takes off all her clothes, takes a bottle of syrup. Takes syrup, puts it into her asshole, squeezes it all in her asshole, explains to us how that represents the butterfly in all of us yearning to be free. And once we are free, we're all one being. And if you're rude to somebody else, that means you're really ignorant to yourself. And then she shat all over the stage. And I'm like, holy fuck. Everywhere. Good God. And as funny as that is, that wasn't even the funniest part to me. The funny part to me is, as an artist, I know that she was at home practicing. And she had to be there in her kitchen, I would assume. A whole lot of newspaper. Just squatting. Okay. Whew.
I like the visual of this too.
Here goes. Should I say I'm free and then put the syrup? Or syrup, then I'm free? Probably same time. And then like the shit'll be like a cue. Okay, so I'm gonna put in and squeeze all the syrup. Oh, that's a lot of syrup.
Bring us Barabbas.
That's a lot of syrup. Okay. Wow. Shout out to Mexican whores. Okay then. Here we go. We're about to be free.
Birdie is saying that she thinks that this is the story that made that woman walk out of our live show in Orlando.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
And free. Okay then. In 3, 2, come on, asshole. In 3, 2, 1, we're free. Nope. Okay. All right. Guess I better. What if this happens? I guess you got to eat something first to be free. And when I was watching this, and she's fully naked, I'm also thinking, at first it's exciting. She's naked. But I'm thinking, like, when you do art and you're naked, it could be art. Michelangelo would be like, that's some fucking art, But if you're naked, know that 90% of the audience is Keith Malleys, and we're probably kind of missing the point. So she gets naked, and I'm like, I'm going to put this in the jerk bank, right? So I turn it on, and you hear it like a little... I'm surprised I can work my mouth for air, to be honest. But anyway, it starts spinning up there, and I'm recording, and then she shits it out, and you don't know where shit ends and syrup begins. And I had to look like I walked into a spider web with my face. Oh, God, erase! Erase everything! Everything's gone, erase! Rabbi sucking boy's dick. Rabbi sucking boy's dick. Oh, this is good. Think of something else. Oh, my God. This is fucking horrendous.
Erase.
And these people work at... They had normal jobs. They're doing this stuff. They were your kid's teacher or your psychiatrist. Or they worked at your doctor's office. I'm not exaggerating. Hold on a second. I'm not exaggerating about this one. I go into the doctor's office, seeing my doctor. I open the door. The secretary is facing me. I recognize her from the night before at Surf Reality. She was on stage, and she took an egg, and she put it into her vagina. She was going to lay it. You'll forgive me if I don't remember what that represented. She lays the egg, but as a human, she doesn't think I should have hard-boiled the egg. It comes out of her like you're imagining it came out of her. And she's picking out shells.
I remember those.
Oh, goodness. I'll hard-boil it next week. Am I good on time?
How much time do I have?
Stick a roll of toilet paper up there. Jesus, what the fuck? So anyway, I recognized her. I go, she's the secretary in this doctor's office, and we make eye contact, and she goes, Keith. And I didn't even mean to. I just put my hand over my face, and I go, no, not me. And I leave. And I was there for something important. I had a rash on my penis, and I really needed it looked at, and I'm like, guess this stays on here forever. Fuck you. What the shit? By the way, I do want to be clear. The rash is gone. This was many, many years ago. I feel a little weird now. The rash is not on my penis. Everything is good. In fact, I'll tell you what. Afterwards, I will show you my penis one at a time in private.
That was a fun
that
year.
You know. But you have to keep your phones in your pockets because some of you know how to do that panoramic, and I don't need any shenanigans. All right.
Nah.
Okay. So, I do remember. You know what? I remember seeing a doctor, and I said, I have this rash on my penis. I need to know how I need it gone, and I need to know how I got it. And he said, do you have children? And I said, what's it matter if I have children? And he said, maybe you got it playing with your children. And I said, oh yeah, last night we were playing dick checkers. You should see how we king each other. Hey, Keith! Have you ever done the Woody Allen? Here's what you do. First, you adopt a child. Hold on, it gets better. Thank you guys so much. I love you.
Such a gross ending.
Stop. Stop it. Fast forward a little bit.
Embarrassing. Thank you.
How embarrassing indeed.
I want to give out some thanks real quick. Kemda for putting this together like she always does. Thank you.
Aw, thanks. Come out this year.
I want to say thank you to some of the funniest people I know, the greatest people I know. Bonnie McFarlane.
Yeah.
Carmen Lynch.
Hell yeah.
Bonnie and Carmen are fucking great people. Seriously, before we did Keith and the Girl, and before you guys, we didn't start Keith and the Girl till I was 30. So I'm in my late 20s. I was kind of I'm not really doing. I don't have any focus on anything. I don't know what I do. I'm kind of aimless, you know. I remember seeing on TV somebody did something and they get put in prison, and I'm like, prison. Do you have to do something really bad to go to prison? Because I don't want to do something really bad. If you can just go there, you know, like no responsibilities. You just wake up when you wake up. It's probably like 10. 3 square meals. I bet their TV was better than my TV. I hear there's a ping pong table in some of these. I mean, sure, the first day is probably bad. What do you got to do? You find the biggest guy and you rape him. But after that, you're probably like, whatever. You know what I mean? It's another day. Life's tough sometimes. You ever feel this way? Life is like the game Monopoly. Sometimes it's easier just to stay in jail. You know? But thanks to you guys, I mean, things feel pretty fucking good. I mean, in our studio, we have 2 American flags hanging, flown in our honor over Iraq and Afghanistan. And I'll tell you what, it makes up for anything done in war. Those are beautiful. We have the Keith and the Girl t-shirt, was adorned on the Stanley Cup. We were just on the cover of the Village Voice, America's largest weekly newspaper.
That was cool. That was really cool.
And 150 of you have Keith and the Girl tattoos on you. I want to say, thank you. I want to say how exciting this is. It's very fun to know that my fans are my friends, and to help us celebrate 10 years now is amazing. Thank you. I love you, and that's something I don't even tell my wife. I love you guys so much. Thank you very much.
You were right. Holy. Wow, I forgot about that. It was like at the 10-year mark. It's such a big deal.
It was a 10-year mark, yep.
That Village Voice thing was cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
How's this year feeling?
It'll be. Why
do I ask you? Why?
Yeah,
I know not to. How could it be feeling?
Right.
Great. Acing it. I'm confident as fuck. We should do it tomorrow. Always ready. Ever ready.
But it always works out. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, yeah, if you're around, stop on by. And in the forums, drop a line. Let me know what you think we should have the artwork be for the title, I'm Dating Your Mom.
Yeah.
All right?
Because you're deciding that? That's for sure?
I don't see how it won't be.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you guys very much. We'll talk to you soon.
Keith Malley Show. It's the best show ever did.
Can this be
the best spin-off, and that's how we do it over here.
I'm
Keith
really
and the
tired.
Girl. Shh, quiet, Dan. KeithAndTheGirl.com.
Best
All right.
show.
Best show ever.
That was fun. That was super fun. Oh my God. Okay, so thank you guys for hanging out. How was that for you guys? There's a little bit of a lag, so it's funny to hear to read everybody's response afterwards. I like the idea of you being like some church leader person for the new fake church.
And I'm into the idea of describing the entire Bible.
Yeah?
I'm into the idea.
That's you not committing.
Well, I'm busy these 2 weeks, I said. I see, you get a page of deadline slid under the door by Hemda. I don't need that.
That's fair.
I'm busy.
I do think that's one of like the future projects is the Keith Malley Bible. Just you telling the Bible stories, but like in real crazy form. Well, in Keith
Not
Malley
even
form.
crazy
It's
how
not,
it fits
it's
already.
not.
I'm already offended.
No,
I'm
no.
already offended.
We'll explain it better.
I'm already offended.
See, it's paraphrasing, and I don't do a good job of this, but yes, it'll be like a book and audiobook because you can't help it, and I'll produce it at some point.
Now it's a book? I didn't even know it'd be a book. Now the book is the given.
I mean, in the meantime, you guys spread the Keith and the Girl world, because actually the world, right? Because the more listeners we have, the more we're able to do. It's just how it works.
There you
It's
have
just
it.
volume.
And of course, take a look at the salacious online Instagrams. This little pervert, a lot of eyes, a lot of words. Let's see what's happening. Mommy is thirsty.
If you're gonna look at them, could you like them and not
No.
pretend you're not seeing
No,
them?
I can't. The listener can. I cannot. All right. Thank you, everybody, very much.
Thanks for hanging out. This was super fun.
See you soon.